Dear students, the first unit or the first set of question covers the chapter Age and Origin of the Earth, Interior of the Earth and Rocks. And the first set carries 10 marks, out of which each chapter carries, or you can score 3 or 4 marks question. Let's take it, the fourth chapter, Rocks. We have already done Age and Origin of the Earth. Audio explanation has been uploaded for you. Interior of the Earth, I have sent you the video link. Along with that, I have sent you the separate link for seismic waves, which explains you in detail. Let me explain you about the next chapter or the third chapter of the first set, which carries 3 or 4 marks. Rocks, important sentences and the keywords are marked for you along with the explanation. I'll go slowly so that you can understand the explanation and you can mark it also. Let's start with the chapter Rocks. The most significant part of the outer crust of the earth is lithosphere, which is made up of rocks. Rocks are made up of minerals which are found in solid state. Each mineral normally contains 2 or more elements. There are about 2000 different minerals. 12 are common all over the earth. These 12 minerals are the main rock formers. Common minerals are formed of 8 most abundant elements: iron, oxygen, silicon, magnesium, nickel, sulfur, calcium, aluminum. They constitute about 99% of the total mass of the earth. 8 most abundant elements which constitutes earth's crust are oxygen, silicon, aluminum, iron, magnesium, calcium, potassium and sodium. More than one element of the earth crust are organized to form compounds which are known as minerals. Minerals are chemical substances found in nature which may either be elements or compounds. Minerals are metallic and non-metallic. Iron, copper, lead, gold are metallic minerals. Gypsum, quartz, mica are non-metallic minerals. Silicates, the important group of rock-forming mineral. About 87% of the minerals on the earth crust are silicate. The most outstanding minerals of this group are quartz, feldspar and ferromagnesium. Quartz is composed of 2 elements, silicon and oxygen. Generally, they are hard and resistant mineral. Feldspar is a very weak mineral, gets easily broken down and is decomposed quickly when exposed to chemical weathering. Feldspar is very important economically because it is used in ceramics and glass industry. Third, ferromagnesium, formed when silicon and oxygen combine with iron and magnesium. This is also very easily weathered mineral, easily eroded away. It gets altered and removed. They provide weak structure for construction of buildings, roads, dams, reservoirs. Carbonates. This group of mineral is very much likely to chemical weathering. Likely they get easily changed in the chemical weathering and erosion in the humid areas. Calcite, most important mineral of this group, of white color, often with the shades of grey and yellow, all these due to the admixtures. Reacts vigorously with hydrochloric acid, forms crystal of prismatic and rhombohedral habit. It's of massive crystalline form. Limestone and marbles have large components of calcite, easily gets eroded or corroded by water. Consequently, extensive caves are formed below the ground surface. They are useful in agriculture, iron and steel industry, chemical industry, and in optics. Sulfides. Minerals of sulfides classes are sulfide class are sulfur compounds of metals and are rock forming minerals of many deposits of non-ferrous metals. Characteristics: first one, crystallization in height system, diagnostic value of color, non-transparency. It's formed mainly by endogenous process, less frequently by exogenous process. Pyrites and sulfides are the examples of this group. When these minerals comes in contact with water or air, they form ferric hydroxide and sulfuric acid, which causes environmental pollution. Metals. Earth crust contains a large number of metals. Metals like iron, aluminum, they react with atmospheric oxygen, forms the metal oxide, and commercially they are important. Definition of rock has been mentioned to you here. They have given you 3-4 definition. You can go through any one and memorize it as given to you. Don't try to change the words. Rocks are simply defined as all those materials which form the crust of the earth, whether hard like granite or soft like clay, gravel or sandstone, they are called as rocks. The other definitions which has been given to you here, you can learn these also. A rock is an aggregate of minerals, sometimes chiefly or entirely of single mineral species, as in case of the rock salt and limestone, but more commonly of 2 or more different minerals. Different classifications of rocks or classification of rocks: igneous rock, sedimentary rock, metamorphic rock. Learn the chart which will help you to learn in or get the gist of it. Igneous rocks. Why it is called igneous rocks and why it is also called as parent rock or primary rock. Learn the definition which is marked for you. Classification of igneous rocks based on the chemical composition. Magma coming out of interior of the earth as lava has varied chemical composition. Magma give rise to mafic and felsic type of igneous rocks. Mafic igneous rocks containing ferromagnesium minerals is characterized by abundance of iron and magnesium. Felsic igneous rock mainly contains feldspar, consists of silicates of aluminum in combination with sodium, calcium and potassium. Classification based on texture. Texture refers to the size and patterns of the mineral crystals present in them. The size of the mineral crystal largely depends on the rate of cooling of the magma. If the rapid cooling of magma takes place, small crystals, while if the cooling takes place in far from there, it is a large crystal. Depends on they forms large crystals. Extremely sudden cooling results in the formation of natural glass, which is non-crystalline. Slow cooling occurs at greater depth in the interior of the earth, and rapid cooling takes place when the lava ejected out on the surface of the earth because the temperature changes. Different names has been given to you here. Learn only the names, no need to learn in detail. Classification based on location. Explosive igneous rocks are formed due to the solidification of lava at the surface of the earth. These are also known as volcanic rocks because lava reaches to the surface of the earth and results of due to the volcanic eruption, lava cools down rapidly on coming of the earth's interior, and the mineral crystals are the mineral crystals of igneous rocks changes their structure and are very small, making they look like a fine grained. Basalt is the example given to you for the explosive igneous rocks. Look at the diagram given to you here. Plutonic rock, which is also called as plutonic rock. Dike sill. We'll learn about this in detail in the next page about the dike and sill. Basalt is used for building materials, and it is also used as a black soil, named as the regu soil, used for cotton cultivation. Intrusive igneous rocks. These rocks are formed by solidification of magma beneath the earth's surface. There are 2 types, plutonic rocks and hypobasal rocks. Plutonic rocks, they are also called as god of the underworld, since they cools down under the depth below the surface. Rate of cooling is slow here and size of crystals are very large. Highly coarse grained granite is a typical example of this. They are of different color and found in Deccan Plateau in southern India, Chhattisgarh, Chota Nagpur in Jharkhand, Rajasthan. Hyperbasal rocks. Often magma coming up from below does not reach the surface and gets solidifies in the cracks or the joints, forming hyperbasal rocks. The magma which forms hyperbasal rocks cools down quicker than that plutonic rocks, and the crystals are comparatively smaller size. Example they have given to you: dolomite and ignite. Characteristics of igneous rocks. All the characteristics which has been mentioned to you here, you have to learn. Like they are hard, massive and compact. Contains crystal whose size depends on the rate of cooling. There are no layers in igneous rocks. Rocks are free of fossils. There are no pores in the igneous rocks and such that they are impervious and water cannot easily enter. They are not easily weathered. Igneous rocks are quite rich in minerals. Next, about the igneous rock bodies. The magma which gets solidified after cooling and gives birth to the various type of igneous rock bodies. That is about, can you see the diagram? They have mentioned you about the batholith, stalk, leucolith, dike, seal and sheet, phacolith, lapolith. Batholith. It is the largest intrusive igneous rock body, maybe of 50 to 80 kilometer in length. They are so thick that their bottoms are not visible. Their upper surface is irregular and they are dome-shaped. The batholiths are great granite masses forming the cores of world's mountain system. Stalk, a batholith of smaller size called stalk. They are also dome-shaped surface and remaining characteristics are similar to the batholith. Leucolith, the other huge masses of igneous rock formed between the horizontal or slightly tilted layers of sedimentary rock near the surface. Dome-shaped masses of magma due to rapid movement upwards appear in the form of mushroom or loaf of bread. Examples are found in North America. Lapolith, it is a saucer-shaped solidification of magma, is found in South America. Phacolith, when magma is deposited in wave-like form, they are called phacolith. Sill, magma trying to reach the surface squeezes between two rocks and solidifies into thin sheet in horizontal position parallel to the layers of already existing rocks. Such intrusion is termed as sills, and if they are less than 1 meter, they are called a sheet. Dikes are nearly vertical formation for a few meters to kilometer. You could see the example of the seal. Seal is within the horizontal layer and the dike is in the angular formation. Centimeters to 100 of centimeters in thickness, and they are not easily eroded. They stand like the great walls, and these are hardened rock. Economic importance of igneous rocks. Economic importance: when the igneous rocks get solidifies, the magma solidifies, they are the source of metal ores. The great economic value found in them is magnetic, like iron, nickel, copper, lead. Great value. They have the great value in metallurgical industries. Then the basalt rocks are used for building material. They are weathered into regu soil or the black soil and used for. They are rich in they are fertile soil, rich soil. So they are used for cultivation. Today we stop with the igneous rocks. In the next class, the explanation will start from sedimentary rocks. Thank you, children.